We should be good now. Alright, cool. Just gonna get a sip of Kool-Aid, and we should be starting. Alright everybody, what is up? Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome to Back 4 Blood, guys. It's finally time. Back 4 Blood officially released, funnily enough, yesterday. I thought it was going to be today, but they decided to release it an additional day early. Because even though I got the pre-order version where you can end up getting it 4 days early compared to the official launch, because that's the 12th, I thought it was going to be the 8th, but no, it was actually the 7th that it technically comes out, because they decided, like I said, release it a day early. So it came out yesterday, which I was not expecting. I had no idea until, like, later on at night, and so I did play what I could last night, and that's why you see a Back 4 Blood video on the channel already, because I filmed it kind of, like, last second, and that's why I wrecked my sleep schedule. I stayed up till, like, 5:30 a.m. making that video, but I still managed to get one through, so you should see one on launch day, technically. And, yeah, now what we're going to be doing, guys, that we're going to be playing Back 4 Blood here on our live stream, so I am hoping that... Yeah, so far it's not lagging, but we have to wait until we get into an actual game. But I was going to say is that I remember last time I played this game there were some spikes, but the game has calmed down relatively much so. It still occasionally spikes, but not nearly as bad. But yeah, this game is a massive improvement in some ways, and still kind of the same in some other ways, and kind of a downgrade in some ways. Like, here, let me show you. So they added in swarm mode, so now we got, you know, this in here as an additional game mode. For some reason, Versus is in here, but I think this is the same thing as Versus. I think it's just renamed. The decks, there's a solo deck now, which also means there's solo campaigns, so thank God. And, there's different decks with cards. They got the new supply streams. Every one of the characters is in the game now. It's just that I have yet to unlock them. By the way, they switched out Hopin from Mom in terms of the main crew. I thought that was weird. So that's unique. I don't know what the change necessarily was for that. We got all the guns in the armory, which, by the way, there's not only a mixture of great guns, but also great camos. And, dude, there's so many accomplishments or achievements, basically, in this game. Like, here, let me show you. There's 144 accomplishments you can get, and they give you rewards. So, like, for example, if you beat the campaign on the first, you know, map, you get, you know, the other characters. Although for some reason mine didn't track, so I didn't get anybody. But it says complete the Devil's Return, which technically I believe is going to end up being the very first map from Act 1. But it just didn't give me anybody, which I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
Thought that was a little bit bizarre. This is still kind of the same. You can customize your characters now in this tent for your outfits.
You want to keep it that way?
And then now you also got Dusty with the armory. I'll show you guys actually some of my pre-order skins because these are actually quite cool. So if we go to Evangelo, this is the battle-hardened skin, although I don't know really what the hell is with the glasses. That just honestly makes him look a little bit dorky. Then we've got Walkers. We got then Hollies. And then we got Moms. Moms looks the best, but that's just me. I'm pretty sure the other characters will inevitably have their own great skins, but right now I only just got the main 4 because for some odd reason, like I said, it just didn't track my progress.
Win itself.
Yeah. Put the phone back in here. Or I'll just leave it there. Yeah, but so what I want to do today, guys, is that I am going to be playing some Back 4 Blood. But, however, instead of, what's going on with my NordVPN laptop? Stop. Alright, there we go. So, what I want to do, guys, is that I'm going to be playing some Back 4 Blood here for you today, but however, I just want to let you guys know is that in terms of the campaign, it's really unique how it plays out. Because I thought that the map initially was just going to be 4 maps. I'll show you why. So, if you take a look, there's Act 1, 2, 3, and 4. I finished 1, so I now have 2, and I've still yet to unlock 3 and 4. I originally thought that every single one of the maps was just these. I saw it was the Devil's Return, which we know is Evansburg, and I saw Search and Rescue, Then I also ended up seeing the Dark Before the Dawn, and then I also saw Blue Dog Hollow. I thought there was only 4 maps, and I thought that there was only just these 4 maps. I realized that every one of these acts is also another set of campaigns. So there's, you know, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4, and I think, even though they all have different chapter lengths per campaign, there's like 4 campaigns in total per each, so there's like 16 maps, which, in hindsight, technically does make this one of the, you know, biggest campaigns we ever had for a Left 4 Dead type of series. But the thing is, though, is that they treat it not like the way that you would have traditional Left 4 Dead. It's Back 4 Blood does it chronologically, where literally, like, as soon as you end one map, you start the next one right at the same location you ended the last map. And it's an ever-going thing, and there's cutscenes, and if you do them out of order, it really doesn't make too much sense. Because of the said cutscenes and the way they're trying to portray the story. You can play them out of order if you just like the map, kind of like how you could with Left 4 Dead. But this is not really like the way that Left 4 Dead was. It's like a Left 4 Dead, but with all the new aspects of everything. So doing a campaign mission out of order might throw some people off with the storytelling. So I was going to originally play it here on stream, and I don't know if I want to just start from the beginning or if I want to start from the second act, because otherwise the story doesn't make too much sense to you guys. Because last night I thought that since it was only 4 chapters, I initially thought that at least, I was thinking to myself being like, hey, you know what, I'm just going to end up trying to beat the campaign in one shot. I thought it was 4 maps. I was going to be like, well, that means that I can just, you know, beat it in like one sitting. That's not the case. I'm not even remotely done yet. So the campaign does give you a while, and I think what I'm honestly going to do is I'm probably just going to reset this and just do it again. Because even though I do want to continue my act, it really is not going to make any sense. And also trying to do this as a walkthrough, as a YouTube video, would be very inconvenient because the file would be so big and rendering it would be a pain in the ass. And it might not even be good quality either, by the way, keep that in mind. Like sometimes when I take a video and I port it over to YouTube, it doesn't really have the best quality. Plus also, right now, there's like a really weird thing with Twitch ever since that security breach where I can't export streams directly to my YouTube channel because it says that my Google account doesn't have a YouTube channel that exists for it yet. So what I have to do is I have to download it and upload as a YouTube video the old traditional way. But at least that way I don't have to edit and render as much because I can just upload the raw file and it makes it much easier. Because that's really how the walkthroughs work, is that I just don't have to edit as much for the walkthroughs. If I had to edit 2 videos, especially the long ones like the walkthroughs, that would take a while. But that's just me. So I think I am just going to start over. So we're going to create a run. We're going to do Recruit Act 1. And I'm just going to do it as solo, over a solo campaign. Can I create a second run? You know, maybe what I can do is that I can continue my one run in one area, but I can create another one. Because I know they let you create multiple runs. So we can just have 2 of them, really. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you guys the walkthrough. We're just going to do a walkthrough alongside Spider-Man. But at the very most, this should only take us, like, a weekend or so. So here's the cutscene.
Walker? Chris? It's good to see you.
Chris?
Mom.
Does look good,
Long
though.
time no see.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming.
No more freebies, Red. You want the supplies? You need to put aside your difference with Phillips.
Yeah, I'm done playing soldiers for him. You should be too. Come on, Chris. Well, don't tell me you're still falling for his BS. Especially after what happened to Jason.
Don't bring my son into this. Look, you know how I feel about Phillips, but he's right about one thing. This is a war.
The General's just clinging to the glory days. There's no chief left to hail to. Not that I'd want to.
Look, I get it.
No, you don't. Okay, we're surviving here. Rebuilding.
Surviving's not enough. We've got to fight.
Now, we don't need to do anything. All right, when was the last time you saw written in any numbers?
Like now? And this kind of goes back to the trailer. So really what it was just the opening cutscene.
No shit.
Hey, I got this. On second thought.
I've already seen this before, this is kind of why I'm having no reaction. Plus, also I just don't talk very much. But you see how, like, with the lack of the cutscenes, how it really wouldn't make much context? So yeah, that's basically the opening cutscene to Back 4 Blood. And then you start the Devil's Return. Or Evansburg. And you see all the acts? That's the whole entire campaign. So you could play this theoretically out of order, but it really is honestly making the best sense just to play it in order. Because the cutscenes match up that way, and then you also can stack your cards. Because if you do the whole entire campaign through and through, you do stack up your cards. Like, for example, you could play, like, the final mission with, like, you know, just starting out, like, with nothing. But if you've played the whole campaign through and through, you can keep everything. Hey, what's up, Joseph? How you doing, G? Bro, why was that cutscene so nice? It's really nice, yeah. I've seen the first few cutscenes from the original Act 1, which I think it's basically divided into chapters is another way you could think about it. There's like 4 chapters in total. But Back 4 Blood's nice, Joseph. You would really get a kick out of it.
Take a moment, people. Let's just
And Joseph, if you don't have the money, you can always get it for free on the Xbox at the moment because it comes with the Game
This is
Pass.
Hope 1. Do you copy?
Here, over.
Need all cleaners back at the Ville. Pronto. Hard copy? Yes, sir. Hope 1 out.
I think I'm gonna get the SMG because I really don't want to have a bat. I know that doesn't make any sense by picking Holly, but I like Holly for her other attributes, not her baseball bat mostly. You're good? Alright, cool. Joseph, let me know how the game is on your end once we start rolling into the gameplay. Let me know if it's like lagging or spiking, because I have lowered my settings just a bit, just because this game does require a little bit of higher settings. But this game, rather better hardware. But I can run it at least on slightly lower stuff and stream.
Or are we, you know, winging it as usual?
Okay, so this must be something with one of the achievements, because I've never understood the point of these specimen containers.
Cover me! Reloading! In your face! Hey! Fire! Oh, sorry! My bad!
Yeah, but I'm just playing this game, this live stream today, guys, just for the sake of fun, and not try-harding or anything. I'm literally just trying to just enjoy the game and just see what I think about it. I already have, like I said, played Act 1, but I've yet to play any of the others. So I can give you guys my thoughts on this past tense, but the other stuff will be brand new. So let's talk about Back 4 Blood, guys. So I'll just say this, is that so far, I've only played the game since yesterday, and I've only played so many things. I haven't played the thing in its entirety. I will just say at least this. It's good so far. It definitely was worth paying for. However, though, I don't know if it's worth, like, buying, like, the Season Pass or buying, like, any of the DLC just because we haven't had it yet. So the $60 justification, at least the base price for just the base game, I'll say that it's definitely worth it, in my humble opinion. Because even though it might not be a carbon copy of Left 4 Dead for like next-gen platforms, and even though it's kind of just like its own game, it's still a good game, nonetheless.
All over again.
So to let you guys know, it is at least a good game. The second thing also as well is with this game too, is that there's a lot of stuff that like I just was not expecting with this game to change since the beta. I thought that the beta, because of the fact that the beta was only 2 months away from the launch, I thought that the game really wouldn't change that much. And really what it was that the game did change, because all they did was just hide some of the other features. They just didn't include everything in the beta, which is normally weird because even though the beta does happen to reserve some stuff for the launch, they saved quite a lot of it for the launch. I feel like that a lot of it was still being saved for us. Because, like, now they've also fixed a lot of glitches and a lot of bugs about this game, and the game just plays much better because there's not only more content, but the things that they fixed about it that made the game significantly better. For example, the bots, they seem to be a lot more improved. Now keep in mind, I am only playing with them on recruit difficulty, so the game is not susceptible to being more complicated alongside their functionalities, because there is some things I want to mention later that I feel like might contradict this. Is that, I will say this, that the bots are a lot better in terms of their AI. They don't seem to die as much. They don't seem to be, like, buggy as much. They actually seem to, like, revive you and help you. There's been a couple instances where I've just downed back in the beta, and they just didn't do jack shit. Now they actually go out of their way, like the Left 4 Dead bots, to try to save you. However, though, they're not like the Left 4 Dead bots in the sense that they'll get themselves killed trying to save you. I have not run into an instance where they've gotten themselves killed or me killed like they did back in the beta. The bots even do some stuff that the Left 4 Dead bots never did. Like, the bots in this game, they'll ping things, which basically is like a more better way of calling out stuff, rather than the Left 4 Dead ones did. The Left 4 Dead ones, they would have like a couple of like things that they would say, like maybe a call out here or there. But the Back 4 Blood bots, they'll ping things for you so you can visually see a radar ping. They'll drop you ammo, which is a huge thing. So if you're ever running low on ammo, you don't have to worry about like just meleeing repeatedly. They'll help you out, and they'll kind of like sacrifice themselves for you. What else? They fixed it in this game now, so that way if you down and you die, you can not only possess a bot like you used to, but however though, when you, as your bot that you've now possessed, go and revive your bot, which was your old self, you can actually possess that character back automatically. So, for example, if I was playing as Holly, died, I can then play as, like, Evangelo, for example, and then if I run to the bot Holly from, like, a rescue closet, I can then free her and automatically become Holly again and just get all my stuff back. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. What else? The bots will actually, like, hook you up in other ways too, so like other than like saving you and reviving you and like giving you ammo and all that stuff, the bots just they'll guard your 6, and they'll like a lot of the times not do stupid things like fall behind or like unnecessarily press forward or not defend themselves. They'll always defend themselves, which is one of the pet peeves I have with the Left 4 Dead ones. Like, because Left 4 Dead ones would melee repeatedly, like they just smack, and there's also a cooldown, and they wouldn't just shoot in circles. Like, there's no splash damage in this game for like any like special ammo, so they should just theoretically just always shoot or at least melee. And the Back 4 Blood bots will actually defend themselves, and I'm glad. So that's a huge gain. The vendor is basically the exact same, so really nothing too much has changed there. What else? The special infected seem interesting. I'll have to explain that later when we end up running into any of the new special infected, because I have run into the Hag already, and I have already ran to the Breaker. And the Ogre, actually, believe it or not, got a rework. I'm really happy with the rework, too, by the way. So let me explain. The special infected, at least at the moment, seem basically the same other than the Ogre and the new one. Like here, I'll show you the Ogre when we run into him here in a second.
Just wait a second, please.
So when we get to the Ogre, I still have to run away to you know, not die by him for a second here.
Busy watching my back.
But first of all, I want to mention is that the Ogre, his AI, a lot better. So like, for example, the Ogre, even though it's not like the tank, he will pursue you a lot more now. Like, for example, if you are, like, fighting the ogre, he'll legitimately chase you until he can't anymore. He'll, like, for example, still be blocked off in these areas. Like, you know, he can't reach you through this door or whatever unless you, like, walk near him or you're in the battle arena. But, however, though, he spawns in more often per a chapter that he's allowed to. Like, he can only spawn in so many areas because of the fact that, like, he needs, like, a lot of space on the map. But if there is a spot for him to spawn, he will spawn until, basically, you kill him. So he kind of does hunt you to the ends of the earth like the tank did. But however, though, is that he has to be within an area that he can't spawn. So, like, for example, if he could, he would keep chasing us, but he won't chase us until he gets to the next spot in the map where he has enough space.
What the fuck was that?
Holy shit, that's a lot of lag.
Movies are right. Need to reload.
So many doors are blowing up and setting off. The special infected also seem to be, I don't know, more plentiful in their variants too. Like the special infected, even though they're still kind of just reskins of the same. Like, for example, they have the boomer, the charger, and the hunter mostly. All of their subcategory variants, like the 3 versions of each, like exploder versus the wretch and the tall boy versus the bruiser,
okay, Mom?
the hawker
Fine,
versus
I'm
the
fine.
stinger. Like, a lot of those variants are more plentiful in quantity. So you don't just get the same, like, hawker, tall boy, and, like, the wretch 3 times in a row. And they spawn in much more often too. When we get back to the ogre here for a second, I want to show you something with him. He does chase you and, like, jump on you and climb on you. Like, he's a lot more aggressive than he used to be. Literally, the only time that really is a kind of a pain is when either he does end up running away, because he does occasionally run away, but they delayed him on his runaway speed. So, like, for example, you can get pretty damn close to killing him if you really tried before he does run away, but he doesn't try to attack you at least first. He just basically tries to avoid death rather than just trying to be an inconvenience at this point. And when we get to the breaker and the hag, like I said, the witch and the tank in this game, it will be a lot more relevant, so I'll mention them when we do get a chance. Because I have mixed feelings a little bit about it. If I can try to kill him for a second. I want to try to fight this guy for him. I want to show you something. Because you can get pretty damn close to killing him. The ogre is not really a threat anymore, but he can be a threat if you are on higher difficulty stack. He's just a normal boss. But you see how he's, like, pursuing me a lot more? This is kind of what I was hoping for. And he does mix in with all the other special effects. Even though he's got, like, that giant health bar, he'll still attack you with everything else. And I feel like also the special infected, like the lower ones, like the tall boy and stuff like that, at least on the lower difficulties, die a lot more, like quicker. But you see how the ogre is really not like an inconvenience as much anymore? You kind of can just get pretty damn close to killing him. Yeah, and see, then eventually he runs away. But you see how close I was to killing him before he ran away? Sacrificial pawns, let's go.
Since the collapse. Shit, maybe not even then.
Doesn't matter right now.
Can you not see the in-game overlay? Here, let me see if you can see this. Is this on stream? That's really weird. I don't know why you can't see the in-game overlay. That's very bizarre. Because I have it on my screen, but it's not on the Twitch. I don't know why. That's really weird. I mean, I guess it's not cool, but
Keep your distance, pansy.
normally that was a waste so that way people knew that I was reading what somebody said rather than just talking to myself as if no one was there.
So much for the easy way
should
home.
technically be there. I will say this also, that the characters are a lot better too. Holly, Mom, Evangelo, and Walker. That's the only characters I have so far. Their dialogue's a lot less battle chattery and more about like actual like dialogue. Like, there's a couple of lines that I've heard Holly say that remind me a lot of Ellis. Like just kind of like telling funny stories and just rambling and being a dork. I thought that was kind of cool. And Evangelo, Walker, Mom, really, and they're all on their own. They all have their own great dialogue. And they even reference the other characters too, which is cool. I do hope that eventually we will get to be able to see Carly, Hoffman, and Doc. Because actually also Jim. But yeah, I don't know why the hell they locked Hoffman away. They replaced it with Mom. I thought that was kind of bizarre. What else? Weapons are great. Weapons feel a lot better. There really doesn't seem to be any bad weapons so far. And the customization for them seems decent. There's some guns that have really bad camos, and there's some guns that have really great camos. But the Horde Summoning events are good. The maps I'll get into later, but this is the one thing I want to point out. So this is the boss-ridden mutation card. So this is a 50-50 chance, or I guess you could say more than 50-50 because it's more than 2 options. But this will either spawn in the Ogre, the Breaker, which is the tank, or the Hag, which is the Witch. Those are the 3 main bosses of the game that are able to appear on any of the maps, rather than a specific map. And one of them, not all of them, but one of them will spawn any given chapter that card is played. So we may run into a Breaker or a Hag in this map, which would be kind of cool.
All units, pull back to Fort
Thank you for
Hope.
5 viewers in the
We're
chat,
closing
by the
off
way. I
all
greatly
routes to
appreciate you all.
Finleyville. We need to stop written access across the Canoa River ASAP. That means taking out George Washington Bridge. We cannot wait for those caught on the other side. Hope 1 out.
Ugh, which one of you did that?
I don't know if
Disgusting.
the Hag
Honestly,
is
safer
limited to the
outside than in
fog.
here with you guys.
Because the
Let's see
last
what
time
you got for
the only
us.
time I played so far with the Hag was when she was in like a fog. I think the Hag is a female, because like it's
This
supposed to be like
don't
the
feel
witch, so
right
I'm
at all.
referencing as a female, but it might be gender neutral. I don't know. I was the ogre though. But I was gonna say the Hag only appeared in fog for some reason last time, but it was only the one single time I ever played against it, so it might be able to just appear whenever. And you also get a lot more rewards, by the way, now for defeating these bosses. They give you copper, which in hindsight you might think is not necessarily that good of a reward, but it can be. Angelo, you wanna... Oh, they also, by the way, I want to point out another thing with the ogres. You actually have to fight him too, because if you go into a hiding spot for too long, he'll run away and back off and just block the area you need to go to. So you actually have to be able to risk yourself being attacked now it's time. Because before you can just cheese and be like, hi, I'm gonna hide over here, and then just eventually kill him or outrun him. Now he like will come after you for a little bit, but then what he'll do is he'll back off, and then when he backs off, he won't do anything until you pursue him. So it's a bait and switch. It's a game of tag. You see now how he runs away? He only fights you if he can actually fight you.
Sniper rifle.
So he's a little bit more aggressive than he used to be, but he is still kind of that way at heart, where he is a little bit more passive than the Breaker or the Hag.
Locked.
Can't get in there without toolkit. The toolkit I've actually started to like a lot more over time. It's like it's got better
Need
uses.
this.
Oh, speaking of toolkit.
Soon, I'll be able to do this with my eyes closed, which will be a relief.
Thanks.
Myself. I also like how the bots don't steal anything in this game. If there's anything for them to take, they'll let you have it first. They also throw Molotovs and pipe bombs, by the way, so I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, anything that's like not of use to them, they'll just let you have it. You see how the tall boy and the hawker kind of like leave you alone until you get close enough? They don't just pursue you to the end of the earth.
Oh, sorry.
I assume that's just so that way they can't follow you to the safe room until like they basically murder you.
AR over
Joseph, let me know how your day is going, G, and let me know if you are looking forward to Back 4 Blood. I am looking forward to playing this a little bit more on the channel. And there's the ogre again. You see how I mean that he pursues you more? See, this is a big enough area he can get me. So he'll come get me. I also noticed that the game gives you more audio cues now for the special effect. It's not like blatantly obvious that they're coming, but they go more off of game like noises rather than music. So like there's music for the special effect, obviously, but they're more based off like chitters and noises, like single audio cues.
Jump!
And then we gotta keep going here because the ogre does jump down from there. He doesn't just stay up there, so. But with the pings, it's so great because now I can see infected basically through walls. The bots being able to ping is making this so much more useful.
Need to reload.
Here.
God damn it.
This is going to be messy.
Come on.
Whatever happened to just kicking somebody in the nuts? Watch out!
It's weird. Holly's kind of a lot like Mom, but in like a younger version. And there goes Walker.
Come on, big guy.
Hold on.
Always count on you.
Yeah, you go away. But you see how it says Tall Boy Idol? You can have them just be idle and not have to worry so much about it.
Let's see what's in here.
Ammo here. Nothing hurts worse than a broken heart. I don't do this for everyone. Don't tell me I'm
Wait, is the ogre coming after us now? Oh, he is. Motherfucker decided to go psych. The ogre shows violence. I gotta get scores on his neck.
Don't need to be watching yours.
I feel like the critical spots do a lot more damage now, or at least it's easier to hit. But yeah, there he goes.
Reloading.
I am looking forward to getting fucking terrified by the ogre, LOL. Yeah, the ogre's cool. The ogre really is cool. See, like, let me tell you this. The ogre, like, now that they buffed him or reworked him, it really wasn't a buff. They just kind of just made him work a little bit more functionality, like, wise better. But the ogre actually is worth fighting, and it's fun to fight him. Because he doesn't play like a pussy. he actually attacks you now. But however, though, he won't just let you blatantly kill him either. It's not like he goes aggro and, like, you can go into a spot and cheese him. He'll actually play it smart. Like I said, if you go into a camping spot where he can't reach you, he'll back off and hold the area that you need to get to. So he's smart about it. He'll chase you if you're out in the open, but if you don't, go out in the open for a while, he'll just back off and let you come to him again and just basically guard the area you gotta get to. It's making it a lot more engaging and fun. He's not quite like a tank. He's kind of still his own thing, but he acts very similarly to the tank now. And so I want to say this, that shout out to Back 4 Blood for finally making the ogre fun. Because all the way up until the beta, or up until now really, he was basically garbage. He basically was a glorified inconvenience.
Thanks, Mom.
So in total, other than campaign-specific zombies, we've just got basically just all the variants of like the main three we know, which is like the Hawker, Tallboy, and Wretch. And then we've also got the 3 bosses. Oh wait, actually we got the Snitch too, my bad. We got the Snitch, and then we got the Ogre, the Hag, and the Breaker. technically like 6 special infected, other than the campaign specific ones. So there is campaign specific ones.
Gonna be okay.
I need to get Walker back up. Really, always going. I just also like how that just easy mode is actually easy mode. Like legitimately, it's not that bad. Which one is it? Yeah, I gotta heal.
Can't have you bleeding to death now, can we?
Oh, you want sugar?
Need this. Stinger.
There we go.
Used to be a safe house in there. Come on, move it.
Something's open.
Let's not wait around for them to come back.
But he looks fun to play against. Oh no, seriously, yeah, he does, Joseph. Joseph, if you think he's fun to play against, you gotta see the other ones. You gotta see the other special effects, like the Breaker.
What the hell is
They
that?
honored the tank so well in this game. I mean, it might have been like only like one time I played against him so far, but the one time I did play against the Breaker or the tank of this game, so much fun. Just like old times. Just like the tank used to be. And the Hag doesn't function like the way that the Witch used to. It's different, but still a fun boss fight nonetheless, and I will get back to that later. Because it makes more sense when you see a Hag to actually explain it then at that point.
Gotta take care of this.
Double time.
Thanks, Mom.
Angela, you gonna get in
Turned out
here?
okay.
Okay, this game does still have a little bit of bugs though, where if you close the door on a survivor, it still technically moves you on, but whatever. But yeah, the game runs better. The game looks better. The survivors are fun so far. At least, like I said, I only got half of them. Weapons are great. Camos, some of them are bad, some of them are good, but they are worth it at least. The progression system feels much better in this game. The cards feel a little bit wonky. Some of them have changed, and I don't like some of them, but they're at least tolerable. I'll get into that kind of in a second here. But, like, I'll tell you this, is that, without a doubt in my mind, the game looks better, runs better, the special infected play better. What else is better? The guns feel great. What else is great? I'm trying to think of, like, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like I said, the progression system is great. The attachments are great. The equipment is great.
We've almost made it. Almost.
The skins seem to be great
Should be
too
able
as
to
well,
get
by the
over
way. I
the
like the
bridge
customization in this game. That was a lot of fun. Fort Hope's still basically the same, but still good nonetheless. I've yet to find any Easter eggs or glitches really, so I can't really give an opinion on that one quite yet. Stuff that's in between is like the cards. I feel like the cards took a little bit of a step back because they add penalties to some of them now rather than just being all gains. So now it's like some of them have really weird effects. Like some cards like are really good in one way but bad the other way, and I think they're tied to the achievements of this game. Oh, I also like the achievements, by the way, in this game, because the achievements of this game give you rewards on top of the fact that you just get the achievements. But yeah, the cards are a little bit wonky, and I feel like they took a little bit of a step back. I've yet to complete the story, but there was one mission in particular that is really weird and confusing. And there's another one that's
Oh,
also a
this
little
should
bit
be no
confusing, but it's not
problem.
nearly as bad because it's shorter.
Got any better ideas? Thought.
Um,
Say we get our
The
sweet
story I've yet to finish, but like I said, that's kind of functional based off the gameplay. It's a little bit confusing here and there, but I gotta do the whole entire thing to get my full opinion before I definitively say anything. Anything that I would say is definitively bad about the game might not even necessarily be issues that might be a long-term problem or might be specifically to me. For example, this game does occasionally spike, even though it's not nearly as bad as it used to be.
Hope this is Rover 2. We're at George Washington Bridge, and we're
There is
very
some
popular
glitches
at
though
this
that I
place.
have to
Over.
mention. There's some texture glitches or bots still not working occasionally, but it's inconvenient when it happens. It's just not all the time. But the good news is though is that the problems with this game are far and few between. It's not like a recurring thing, which is
Time to
good.
take the ferry.
I don't know if this would be a problem yet, but I noticed that since the bots do throw things like pipe bombs, which technically would be able to give you team damage in the higher modes, I don't know if that's going to be a problem, because I know that the higher difficulties other than easy do give you team damage. So if a bot throws a pipe bomb, I don't know if that's going to hurt me or inconvenience me if they do
Shotgun.
that.
And just to be clear, this time I mean the seat, not the weapon.
Hell, even these AI do a little bit better. Like, he always uses the minigun now. Pretty much, at least. Yeah, see, there he goes.
We need to hold until support arrives.
And then, since I'm playing on solo, I only have to detonate one bomb on this map.
We need to sink that ship and close the front. You up for the job?
Oh man, but I just got here.
Need two of you to plant explosives on the boat. The
I'll let
rest
the
of us will
stream
lay down
catch up
cover
for a
fire.
second. By the way, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Why is it that there's no solo pause menu? This bugs me. Because I don't know if you guys can see this, but they're still shooting and there's zombies coming in the background over the overlay. So the game doesn't have a pause feature, like, at all. There's a safe room feature where technically you can run into a room that acts as like almost as if like it's a temporary safe room. It's kind of like its own thing. But basically imagine like a respawn closet, and if you went in there with your team, you could pause your run and then come back to it later. And that's kind of like a pause button. You have to find basically like almost like those Resident Evil safe rooms. But I've yet to run into those, and I don't know how they work to justify their use.
Bombs away!
Or at least that's what I think they were implying when I saw the one tutorial on how the maps work.
Playing around. You need to get your asses back here now.
Get off my dick. Yeah, but I also, the one thing I also am a little bit disappointed in is, like I said, certain missions. But that's just because this game is, like, almost episodic based. It's not like it wasn't Left 4 Dead, because, like I said, if you play it out of order, the cutscenes may not make sense. If you play it out of order, your cards don't stack, because if you play from beginning to end, you have all the cards from the previous campaign. So it's meant to be played, like, literally all in a row, like a traditional campaign, which kind of is a buzz. I wish there was a different version of that system. I wish you could just play a campaign, like, individually and have it mean as much as the way of playing it together, but it wasn't meant to be played that way. But, it just means trying to relive Left 4 Dead is what it kind of is, you know? And then here we go, here's another cutscene. We didn't have this before back in the beta. And see, this introduces us to our other characters. We get to see Doc helping out someone.
Shit.
And then we get Carly.
Leave it, I've got it.
Peaches.
Different cutscenes are so good in this game, and look at that. The special effect is look better in cutscene format IMO, but that's okay. Like that just cool. And then we got our boy Jim, everyone's favorite redneck. And I love this part.
Get out of my house.
Not bad, but this. Just hop and just lays into them, and then they all meet up. Yeah, so they already pre-knew each other. It's just that you start off with the first four minus Hawking. I still associate Hawking with the I guess it's wrong now. And yep, That's the intro to Back 4 Blood. You see how this wouldn't make sense, though, technically, if you did this out of order? That's what I was trying to get the point across once again, and now it fully makes sense. But the cutscene work, amazing, because the map could have just abruptly ended like it did before, and now we get those awesome cutscenes. So yeah, game still once again has improved. And yep, here we go. Now this is Search and Rescue. This is just the next campaign, it just transitions right in. So technically Blue Dog Hollow is the end of Act 1, which is not the end of the game, it's just more rather the end of what a chapter was. Now here's the thing with this particular map, is that I don't really like it that much, but however though, now that I know there's a lot more maps other than 4, I understand this is kind of supposed to be like chapter based and stuff like that, it makes a little bit more sense. And it's still a good campaign nonetheless, it's just that I don't know if I would play this by itself. I probably would only play this if I was trying to do all the campaign, you know? Or all of an act. So I'll let this play out. So we see Phillips.
We've secured Hope, but a lot of our people are still out there. Bring them home if you can. If you can't, do what you have to.
If they're out there, we'll find them.
You'll have to assess the situation on the ground. At the moment, I know no more than you.
Okay. I'm gonna get the frag grenade back. And then the toolkit has been really helpful over the last little bit. I really need to start running the toolkit more. Joseph, how is the audio, by the way? Is characters' voices and everything like that in sync? Just curious. But yeah, check this out. Look at it. We're literally in Fort Hope. This is how the next campaign starts.
Don't want to lose anymore.
We got flares.
Flare!
Like, actually, one of the ways I can just tell if it's in sync is just by doing this. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see. Yeah, it's in sync. Or at least I'm in sync with the game, but I don't know if the game's in sync with itself. So we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, this is weird. You actually have to open the door. This is the first time that I've seen a campaign where you actually have to open doors rather than just having an open straight path. We got survivors! If you are enjoying the stream, by the way, so far, everybody, please definitely consider dropping a follow. I definitely really appreciate it. If you're watching this in the YouTube video, please definitely do that as well. Laugh my ass off on the Stun block. Stun block. Ah! I'm throwing frag grenades. Frag grenades are honestly like one of the best pieces of equipment in this game. Like legitimately, the Molotov was the Left 4 Dead version of the frag grenade in here. Just catch up for a second. It's still lagging if I do too much shit on my screen at once. And then here we go. This is the tank. Oh shit! The voice. Here's the tank of Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood, the breaker. Look at this bad boy. Look at this shit. The fucker like jumps and leapfrogs at you. I mean, he can die pretty damn quick on easy mode, but I can imagine that being a pain in the ass on the hard difficulties.
We're setting up a triage location until we can
I'm literally getting stun blocked into oblivion.
Rendezvous with the team at the library. Save as many as you can.
But yeah, that was the breaker or the tank.
Hope one out.
I think he just barges out of here or something. But yeah, it's so cool though. Like the tank, like he doesn't throw rocks. That's the ogre's thing now. But he fucking like jumps at you kamikaze style, which makes him cool.
Phillips, how do we know who's infected or not?
Last thing we need is a late bloomer back before.
So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to rescue people. That's the whole entire point about this specific campaign, is we're trying to rescue survivors.
They're not taking any prisoners.
Ooh, yeah, wait, is this... No, okay, this is map specific. So in this game, this particular map, there's hawker pods everywhere, and they just sit in the walls, so you gotta be really careful. I thought that was specific to a card, like a corruption card, but no, they're always here. So this game, this map's kind of almost like a Hard Rain one with all the witches, except for this, it's all the hawker pods. Because he's fast as fuck, boy, that's what he is. He's the Keemstar of this.
Molotov here.
I'll grab the Molly. You see how there's these things everywhere? It's kind of almost like Hard Rain with the witches. Like, you know, they're quiet, you just gotta kind of have to leave them alone. But now, see, here's the safe room. You might think we might be able to get in here, but no, we gotta rescue the survivors first, which makes this a little bit stupid. You kind of have, it, like, literally is like Hard Rain. Like, it's kind of like a remastered version of Hard Rain. You have to go through a map and then go back, but except instead of it being in different chapters, it's all in one thing. It's just that what we have to do is that we have to get survivors and bring them back. So it's all within one chapter mission. It's just, different reasons and different, things you gotta go about. But I see where they take the inspiration from, and I respect it. Open up the roll-up door.
Eyes wide, ears
Just gotta rescue all these survivors that are in this room.
Pull your pants up. We got company.
But yeah, literally in here it's just a hawker nest. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, his body went flying. There's definitely corpse launches in this game. Yeah, but literally, this is just a hawker nest, and they trapped people, and we have to rescue them. It's a cool concept, it really is. A little bit weird, but I can respect it. It gives you something to do. They're trying to go more about storytelling in this one than just blind, you know, just attacking and shooting, which I can respect. It's different, but it's a good difference. We'll just have to see how long this lasts, that's all. Either way, though, even if this only is a temporary thing and the game does eventually die, I'll just say this: I've enjoyed every moment of this. I've enjoyed what it's done to help my channel, for my my fun. Like, I've just enjoyed playing something very similar to what I've done for the first time in a while. So this has been a lot of fun. I think we're in a grocery store. But no, I think Back 4 Blood will definitely last a long time. I just want it to be obviously like where Left 4 Dead was in terms of popularity, of course. So yeah, we rescued these survivors. And then originally, I didn't know this before, but you literally have to go back now to the actual safe room. I thought that before you would just like want you to like ignore that safe room as if it was like a door, but no, you literally gotta go back to that safe room. So we just gotta go around the corner. Really? Goddamn! Can someone kill this whatever the stalker is? Basically the jockey ripoff.
over here.
Yep, and then we go in here and we meet Josh.
Where are the others?
The team didn't make it. One of the things I also kind of don't necessarily like is that they still technically have the 3 try system rather than just being able to play the campaign infinitely. That's just not my preference. Overall, I'd say, for what I have played so far and what I've yet to complete, I'd say this game is probably 7 out of 10, I'd probably say. Comparing it to Left 4 Dead, in some ways it's a huge up, because it's definitely improved, even though albeit it's different. Some ways it's gone down to a certain degree, but not by much. Like I said, it's mostly just different.
There's
Some
still
people might just
people out
assume
there
that's a
that need
bad
help,
thing.
but the area is swarming with Ridden. I've set up a temporary holdout at the old hotel.
But one of the things I also will mention about this game, though, is that in comparison to other games that are different from this, that's where it struggles the most. I think that most people rather would play Battlefield or COD rather than this, but that is just me. But there's not necessarily a guarantee of that. I believe this game will have its own community. I just, of course, like I said, want it to be viral, but just because it's not viral, it's bad.
At the moment, it's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Seal it up.
You heard the gentleman.
What you're hearing is not me complaining like I used to. What you're hearing is now actually more rather me saying that the game is good and I hope it continues to do good and get better, if that makes any sense.
This happens to me.
And then now, right now, we got like this with the fortifying the library, like we did back with Blue Dog Hollow. Although, just like last time, I think that this area, this particular challenge, is really laggy for some reason. I don't know why. It's a lot less laggy than it was last night, but oh my god, when I was playing this initially last night, it was laggy as fuck. Here we go. So yeah, this is just not really as intense as the last one. It's more like a cinematic, but I can still respect it.
Gotta finish boarding up the windows.
Oh no, yeah, trust me, I'm gonna definitely play this over Call of Duty any fucking day of the week. I'm just saying is that, like, people that play video games very casually, you know, like the casual Joe, like, the reason why Call of Duty is so popular is because it's easy, you know?
It better be.
You know what I mean. I think you gotta go in the basement now and fortify. Wait, this is the safe room. No, you gotta go upstairs and fortify is what it is. Yeah, but, if the game ends up having good DLC, and the game ends up having a healthy and happy community player base, and it gets at least some fair amount of free updates, as much as it does the paid updates, I can definitely see this game doing a lot of good. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want the game to end up being in a situation where it does die after a year or two. I want this game to be annually updated because, of course, I want this to be a lasting thing. Left 4 Dead lasted so many years for as long as it did because it was a good game, and I want that to be the same for Back 4 Blood. So, I just want this to be, like, just like a fad, you know? Where the hell is this actual other room? I think I gotta go up this ladder. Or no, I gotta go up the stairs, I think. Wait, no, I was already up here, though. Where the hell? I think I gotta cut through. It's gotta be a cut through. Yeah, it's a cut through. I thought that up here was only the,
Let's do this.
the loot, so that's why I was ignoring it, but, no, there's actual stuff up here.
Stinger! Well, what are you waiting for?
Is it? Is it though?
Let me do this before I change my mind.
See, that's the problem with this area, is that it's dark and it's confusing.
Is this worth it?
What?
I mean, we spent a year putting our lives back to some shit version of normal. And now, this.
With all that noise you've been making, you've brought every Ridden in the area down on you.
No, you're right. Forget it, it's okay. Just being stupid.
Hey Google, stop.
Fuck off!
Hey Google, stop. Shut the fuck up. I'm legitimately, I have no idea where they want me to build this next area because I'm not used to it yet. So, oh, here it is.
This is gonna get messy.
You see, like, they're in, like, these random rooms down here, and sometimes I can just get lost. That's one of the reasons why I don't like this particular, chapter, or really rather this campaign in general. Just too much, tedious stuff.
All clear.
No. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, the silhouette doesn't always show up, so sometimes I don't know where to find it. Like, the silhouettes are supposed to be there to help, but they blend in too easily, IMO. But at least it's an easy mission. Alright, there we go.
Job done.
Then we gotta get back up and we gotta
General,
escape the
library's
library.
secure. You've got all the Reader's Digest you'll ever need. Over.
This is Hope 1. Any survivors? Over.
No survivors. Over.
I see. I'll send in another crew to hold the post once things calm down. But right now, I need you to get to the apartments ASAP. The folks there are in deep shit and we can't afford to lose any more fighters. Hope 1 out.
I'm sure he'll send flowers to the funeral. Or at least get someone else to.
If so, now we can go in there once we end up completing our objective. That's what the safe room is.
Hear that? Something's over there.
I'm really glad that those like leaper things can miss. Well, they would always hit you. God damn it.
We received a distress call from the Haven apartment building. Haven't been able to restore communications. Search for survivors.
Yeah, the bots being able to throw things like a pipe bomb is so useful. This game really rewards precision. You barely shoot the zombie and they'll instantly die, essentially.
There's the apartments.
Now, see, this is the weird one. So you blow up this, and you gotta go in here, and literally you just have to keep exploring in here until you just find the survivors that you're looking for. It's a game of peekaboo. So, like, they're in the house, right? They're upstairs, but they're in a random room, and you don't know which one it is until you just randomly get lucky. God damn it. It's like, I understand they're trying to give you objectives, but I just think it's a little bit ridiculous, that's all. It's just a little bit ridiculous.
Fortune favors the bold. At least that's what they say.
Everyone's still in one piece?
So yeah, we're just gonna look. See if we can find them, basically. You literally just look in the apartments until you find one of them.
Let me see to that.
Glad you got my back, man. They sent someone! Oh boy! Bring near! What the fuck?
This way.
Staircase.
Please help us. Thank you, guys.
Oh, never mind, they always are in this room. I just had to presume that they were in other rooms, but maybe I guess they are just on the top floor always. Okay. Maybe it's not as annoying as I thought it was. But yeah, then you just bring them back to the safe room, like legitimately. I'm gonna see if I can try to get that reward, though.
You got eyes on that?
It's on the second floor, right?
Shotgun!
Whatever it is.
Ay, 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 ay.
Over there.
Need this. Reloading.
I mean, at least this game tells you where to go, so. Alright, but let's go to the safe room. Funny seeing the infected just do some normal infected things that they don't always attack you. Great.
Let's go.
Okay.
Come on!
You're making a lot of noise out there. Going to bring the ridden right to you.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
So noise, spicy. So yeah, now we have got the Barroom Blitz finale. And for this is going to be a little bit inconvenient because, well, I mean, I'm glad that they mentioned this to me, but on Twitter, the one voice actor for Holly, she tweeted out that the songs on the jukebox are copyrighted, and that they only are licensed, so you can only just have them for the sake of just having them in the game, and you can't, like, re-upload them for a YouTube video or even for a stream. So unfortunately, that means that I'm going to have to mute my sound effects audio, because the sound effects audio is where the music goes. It's not its own music track. I thought it would be in the music track, but it's in the sound effects. So there's going to be a brief point of time where there's going to be no gunshots, no zombies, no grunting. It's just going to be voice lines, which is just going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. At least I think it is, but yeah, it'll be just something that we'll have to just deal with, because otherwise I'll get a copyright strike, unfortunately. But
how's everyone feel about having a little party at the bar? If we get the jukebox running, that'll give them the distraction they need.
yeah, I think what we gotta do is we gotta get the jukebox running, and then that will like lure the infected to us. So that way the survivors can escape and be rescued.
Axe here.
LMG.
Yeah, get off me. Now we gotta just jump on the truck and then jump over the tarp. That's how you get in here. And just look how nice the jukebox looks, though. Like, this looks cool. And see, it's funny, they actually have some really good songs for this jukebox. They got, like, a lot of, like, popular artists that you would know. Like, modern stuff. They're not, like, stereotypical jukebox songs. That's, I can see why it is copyrighted, but... Luckily, though, it is only just this campaign. Let's open this up.
Sniper rifle.
Assault rifle
So
here.
yeah, I am going to go to my audio and turn off the sound effects. So you can see there's no sprinting, no breathing, no nothing. It's just literally just this.
Rifle.
Woo!
Just a couple of sound effects every now and again, but you see there's no gunshots.
Company,
But
and
look
they're
how cool the
not here
jukebox
for the
looks, though, IMO.
conversation.
Get down.
Like, this looks nice.
Reloading.
But yeah, you put in
Watch
copper,
out, Bruiser.
and then you have to keep fixing it over time because it keeps breaking. But yeah, that's it. It's,
Ammo
like,
here.
it's weird having like the occasional talking. It makes this like a weird Back for Blood ASMR.
Molotov here.
Being like, we're back here for another Black Ninja Back for Blood ASMR.
Stinger.
You got to turn up the gain a little bit.
First bus is clear.
Because then it's not true ASMR without the gain. You gotta hear the lips smacking. Now you might think that this might be like over at one point, and it will be, but it's literally at the whole entire end. This campaign is literally going to be having copyright music the whole entire way through.
Covered in this shit.
So the whole entire finale, I have to just have the sound effects off. I'm sorry.
Need to reload.
But if you're playing it just for fun, though, and you don't have to worry about recording, it's definitely very immersive. Makes this a very fun chapter.
Meds.
You need to make more noise.
Incoming.
This shit is toxic.
Yeah, dude, frag grenades are definitely the best piece of equipment in this game. I'm so glad that I found that out.
Let's go.
That's basically the Molotov of this
reloading.
game from like the way that Left 4 Dead was. Left 4 Dead's Molotov was like the best. Now it's like Back 4 Blood's frag. Like that thing is so good. It just like instantly deletes specials.
Rich.
Molotov.
Watch out.
You know, one of the things that'd be kind of cool for like a Left 4 Dead Easter egg though with the jukebox is that if you like after a while like could get like a random poll of a song that was from that game.
Not many left. Keep it up.
Like maybe you could have like Still Alive from like Portal playing it, even though that was a Portal song. It's from Left 4 Dead. They also put that on their jukebox, or just a Left 4 Dead song in general, like Midnight Riders or something.
Wretch, over there! What the shit is this? This shit stinks!
Lock and load!
Testing.
Bandages here!
Problem is I really can't pause.
Cruiser!
You got a face like a baboon's ass and smell twice as bad!
Stalker close by!
It's clear. We can load the injured.
Let's see if I can let it catch up for a second. I think the phone's more caught up than the PC
Reloading.
is, but the PC is definitely caught up just at least a little bit.
Check your fire!
But literally it's just voice lines and just It's like Minecraft. But yeah, we see all the survivors we gotta get loaded in.
That's the last one.
And then once these survivors are loaded in, and they have that bus and they take off, we can get in this truck.
Time to leave.
Yep, escape the Humvee. Now I think I can turn my sound effects back on.
Just going for it.
Nope. I really hope that for that split second they didn't copyright me. And here's the cutscene.
Watch out!
Go!
Well, as far as I'm aware, I think it's only just that campaign and just that chapter, which luckily means that I don't have to deal with that again later, thank goodness. I've only listened to the... I don't think I've listened to that campaign with the audio not muted in its entirety yet. I think I've always been recording or always live streaming, so I don't think I've gotten a chance. Ooh, we got the Dark event, which has the snitches. And we also have another boss, so we might see the hag here. I'm gonna put on extra life. Alright, let me turn this back on.
We've got more missing people. This time a supply team headed to shore up the old diner. I need you to find their cargo and get it delivered. We need that place up and running.
The whole settlement's medical supplies are down there. We can't afford to lose them.
The generator's out, but the refrigeration unit and the meds are still secure. We need to act quickly, or a lot of those people you just rescued won't make it.
You heard the man. Now go find those supplies and get that place fixed up.
And then they go into the Fort Hope. So you can see it literally is Fort Hope right there. Fortunately, you can't go in there. They just close you off.
How soon until we can get those people back on their feet, Doctor?
Fortunately, the majority were just minor injuries. The truth is, a good percentage of them aren't going to be fit for duty for a while.
We can't afford dead weight, especially right now. This could just be the start. We've never seen the Ridden behave like
I never
this.
took a time to hear them talk.
No matter how dire the situation is, it doesn't affect my diagnosis. Maybe some of them will be able to do short guard shifts in a week or so. Maybe. But any excursions are out of the question.
God damn it, that only leaves me with a couple of operational cleaner squads.
I'm afraid you'll have to work with what you've got right now.
How's Miller?
I'm sorry, he didn't make it.
Do you have any good news for me?
Yes. Thanks to your cleaners, a lot of people lived that wouldn't have.
I'll need to keep Coach here now. I'll assign Pelissaro to field duty.
We were lucky this time, but we need to be ready in case this happens again.
We're going to have to be more than ready if we're going to have a fighting chance. It's time we took action, and you need to be prepared. Is there anything else you need, Doctor?
More staff with surgical experience.
I never took
What
the time to
happened
listen
to
to
Rogers?
this.
He was a doctor, wasn't he? I haven't seen him lurking around for ages.
Mark my words. This attack was just the tip of the iceberg. I can feel it.
Normally I would have just left, but wanted to listen to that real quick. So my frag grenade's back.
Let's go kick some ass.
Yeah, but see, this one's weird though, because you start out at the same
Let's
spawn
see
room.
what we've got here.
You, this is technically a different campaign. You just go back through here again. It's literally identical to the last campaign. You see why I'm saying I'm kind of unsure about these two campaigns in the middle?
What's that? Reload it.
Damn it. There's an achievement for trying to kill a snitch without screaming, so I'm trying to get that. Maybe I need to throw a grenade at him.
Damn, they're lovely. Incoming.
They'll be back.
I wonder if we are gonna run to the hag though.
This way.
There.
No, it's an ogre.
What's that? Gotta get the bill shored up as best we can while we can. Who knows what's happening?
How did I alert the snitch?
And they're not here for the conversation.
They're hungry today. Ammo.
I'm now.
They are here.
Oh, he can hit you through the window? That's crazy.
They're done. Twice about coming after us in the future.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't been in a stream in a while. I was having a bad time. Yeah, you're all good, Ben. What's up, G? Good to see you,
see what's
actually.
in
How are you?
Molly, watch your
Yeah, if you're having a bad day, G, by all means, just let me know and I can try to make it feel better for you, man. Thank you for 5 years in the chat, by the way. But yeah, let me know if you're having a bad day, man. I'll try to make sure you have a better day, by all means. But Power, though, you are able to take the time to
Hopefully
think about
something
it.
left
You
in
gotta
here.
do your own thing. I totally understand.
out of my weapon.
So, Ben, do you want to talk about your thing, or do you want to just like not talk about it right now? I'm just curious.
Sorry. Gotta pay more attention to where I point this thing.
Okay, now this chapter is weird because you have to. It's only 2 chapters. It literally is just this, and then the finale. And for this first one, you have to find a crate of supplies, like some specimen stuff, and then you have to bring it to a safe room, and then you can proceed to the finale where you gotta do the finale, which I'll mention later. But like this one, you literally just gotta find a box and then bring it to the safe room. It's very bizarre.
Let's go.
But yeah, it's somewhere in one of these rooms, just at
Never say
random.
no to good intel.
So we're looking around for it. I think it's in here. This is where I
Let's
found it
see
last
what's
time.
in here.
rifle.
Might just be in here by the wall.
I don't do this for everyone, so...
Yeah, I
Of
found
course
it.
they were going to make it. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so this is a supply box.
You're a big trouble once you get the bullets back in this gun!
It's just been a bad couple weeks. Me and my girlfriend broke up and I can't get over her. Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. Well, Ben, you have my DM, so if you ever need to talk, by all means, man, just you know, hit me up in a DM, or I can even hit you up, and we can always talk about it if you want. Damn, I'm sorry to hear about that, though. Hopefully my spicy memes will cheer you up. That and or dick jokes. Yep, so this is the finale, is the diner. Now, with the diner, you have to, like, I'm not even kidding, literally it's just a holdout mission. You have to bring the supplies from the last chapter with you to this diner. And when you get to the diner, then as soon as you, get there, you have to hold out for literally 5 minutes. And then after that, you can just move on, and you can end up getting in the escape vehicle and leaving. It's just right there, too, as well. It's really weird. All of this is like basically like mini survival for a brief period of time. You just hold out.
Dead end.
Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. I can use that though. They have a lot of equipment there at this area, which is nice though.
Okay, so we
it's
gotta
not too
get
much
that
of a
open.
spoiler.
Now, how? Well, Ben, did I ever tell you about the time that I gave you relationship advice with Tony Robbins? Like, about, like, where I learned from him and what I was trying to tell you for a while? I think I told you that a while back.
Sniper rifle here.
Don't see anyone's
Because
name
really,
on
when
it.
it comes to relationships and everything, people are trying to meet, 6 human needs: certainty, uncertainty, significance, love and connection, growth and contribution. And the reason why it's a lot of times that people go into relationships is that they try to meet those needs. And so if you meet, like, for example, all 6 of those needs, you basically have, like, a love slave. But if you miss one of their needs, especially if they have a certain particular need that they have to have, because some people value certain things over others. Like, some people might value certainty over, like, let's say, contribution, or love versus growth, or significance versus uncertainty.
Eyes wide, ears open.
Coming out of this alive.
So, probably what happened was that, depending on who broke up with who, I can only presume that you're bummed out about it is that she broke up with you. Unless it was a mutual thing, because usually the person that is upset is usually the one that got broken up with. At least that's what I remember in my past. But if that was the case, my G, one of you was just not meeting the other one's needs as it was. And I'm not saying that it has to be one way or the other, but either you weren't meeting her needs or she wasn't meeting yours, or both. And really, the only way you can either if you want to try to fix it, is try to try to talk to her and just try to figure out what it is that she needs and try to meet it, or vice versa. Or you can just try to move on, just try to avoid that problem later on with your future relationship. G, that's all.
Here, ridden.
I'm gonna start up this generator. Here we go. Now let's wait out for 5 minutes.
You ever wonder where the expression "shooting fish in a barrel" came
This is
from?
that voice line. The Ellis one.
I
I mean, did someone actually do that and then was like going around town saying, hey, I was shooting those fish in a barrel, and you know what? I hit everyone. Easier than you'd have thought.
I don't think that's what happened.
Then our boy passes into legend, but the phrase shooting fish in a barrel remains. I wonder what he was using to shoot them. I mean, a shotgun would have destroyed the barrel, and I feel a pistol would have been too fiddly.
Going on much longer? No, I'll take my chances with the British.
Come on, surely you must have wondered?
Nope.
Seriously?
Yeah, that you could tell that was a direct way to like reference Ellis. Like long over the top story that should have ended like a long time ago.
Grenade here.
Oh yeah, they also buffed Razor Wire. Razor Wire is like now instead of like one set, it's like 4 or 5 of them at once. You can also buff the equipment now too, like, you know, now it's buffing the Razor Wire here. Oh boy. Ooh, we have all these guys helping us out here. Let me get on the minigun. Hey, Zion, what's up, G? I'm doing really good. How about you? We're just, playing some Back 4 Blood, homie. Yeah, we're technically doing a walkthrough of Back 4 Blood, but, it's kind of funny. See, here's the thing, is that our main walkthrough right now is Spider-Man, but Back 4 Blood did come out, you know, yesterday. And there is technically a story, but it's like one of those games that like I wasn't expecting to be like so story driven. Like I was expecting to be like those first person shooter games that like are mostly multiplayer based but happen to have a little bit of a story in it where technically like you could say there's a quote unquote walkthrough but it doesn't count. Like for example, like, if I were to like do a walkthrough on like let's say Overwatch 1, that wouldn't make as much sense as like Overwatch 2 because it's just stuff that coordinates with the gameplay. Back 4 Blood actually has things like cutscenes now. That didn't have before, and there actually is like a story that unfolds, and the campaign's like decently long. You can't just beat it in like, you know, like 4 hours. So this kind of is a walkthrough, but it was kind of like a last second walkthrough. That's why it doesn't say it in the title. But let me know how you're doing, G. I hope that you're doing well. And Zion, I really hope that you can play Back 4 Blood one day with me, G. It's available on everything. It is cross-play in Gen, so. Same thing with you, Ben, if you ever want to hit me up and play. Or Joseph. Joseph, do you have Back 4 Blood? Did you order it? I think a couple of people ordered it, but I don't remember if you did. I also know that some of the guys said they plan on getting it too.
What the fuck?
Shit, sorry.
Another reason why I also kind of at the same time too didn't call today's stream a Back 4 Blood walkthrough is because I was thinking about playing more than just the campaign. I wanted to give campaign and the multiplayer their fair share of playtime, so I want to give multiplayer again a chance too here. So we're gonna play that in a little bit after we maybe do like all Back 1. But yeah, look at the barbed wire. Like this just takes up the whole area now.
Cover me, reloading. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, I forgot that it's morning for you, so if you went to bed at your midnight, right now for you it must be something like your 7 a.m. or your 6 a.m. You must be like up like really early. Don't worry, G, I was kind of like that with my sleep schedule too. To make the Back 4 Blood content I have been making, I was up till 5:30 a.m. my time and I woke up at noon. So I only got like 6.5 hours. But I'm doing good, G. We can both be sleep deprived together. And then here we go.
Good job, people.
That's
now
the
go
cutscene.
get some rest.
Yeah, I think you just camp over at the diner overnight.
I'll meet you back here after you've freshened up.
Yeah, you don't even escape. You just hold out at the diner, and then that makes sense where it transitions into Blue Dog, because we all know that we played Blue Dog before you start off in a diner, so it's based off of this previous campaign. So you can see how this kind of correlates and connects now. Although the story about the dialogue about what Phillips is going to say about why he gets pissed does not make sense to me. Because remember back in the beginning of Blue Dog how he says, like, I wanted people that could follow orders, and, like, you know, if you want to make it up to me, seal Blue Dog mine. It's just like, originally just a second ago he was just being like, get some R&R, you deserve it, for, like, you know, rescuing a whole bunch of people, and then he's all bitchy and complaining about something we just couldn't predict. It's like, what the hell, man? You're just like an old, crotchety old man. Blue Dog is where I ran to the hag, so if anything, she should finally be on here.
Finleyville, and I think I know why. We've identified what we believe is a major infected incursion point at the old Blue Dog mine. I dispatched a cleaner team under Pelissaro to deal with the situation. Last transmission we received from them was that they were approaching the mine but facing heavy opposition.
John, why Pelissaro? Don't get me wrong, he's great around camp, but he doesn't have the field experience we do.
Let's go.
So I needed
I
someone
don't know if you could do that
orders.
before. I don't remember if you could upgrade these.
I needed people I can trust. You want to earn mine again? Find out what happened to them and seal Blue Dog mine.
I just don't understand why the hell he got pissed. But by the way, guys, it is a open lobby, even though it is technically sort of like a walkthrough, like I said last second. So if you guys want to, you always could join me whenever. What we could do is that, like I said, so since I said I wanted to play only all the way up until Act 1, and then play a little bit of multiplayer, what we can do is that once I wrap up my solo run here of Blue Dog, that'll be the end of Act 1, we can play some PvP together if anybody wants to. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Why did Hoffman want to come on this run so bad?
Don't even want to speculate what goes on inside his head.
It's cool they reference the other characters, though, even though I don't have them unlocked. But we all know that because we played as Hoffman before, that Hoffman wanted to be here when he was looking for his dad. I remember that. Honestly, I'm starting to like pretty much like all the characters. I'm really glad that the characters, like, there's not like any of them fall flat. I was worried about that back in the beta and alpha for the battle chatter, but like they're cool now.
Something's over there.
I really hope I can unlock the characters eventually, though, because so far I've yet to unlock them, and I've played Blue Devil Dog. The Devil's Return. I combined Blue Dog and the Devil's Return. But I played the Devil's Return like twice now, so I should unlock them, I hope. Is the game free? No, the game does cost money, but you get it for cheap in some ways. Like, for example, if you have an Xbox, but I know you don't. It's like free on Xbox Game Pass, for example. If you want to get it on PlayStation, I think the only way you can get it is by getting the $60 base game. Same thing on PC. Xbox is the one that got that exclusive in Game Pass. But the base game is worth it, for sure. Even if you don't have the DLC.
Eyes wide, ears open.
If anything, Zion, you can just wait for the game to go cheap and then just buy it at a cheap price. Yeah, my guns are basically like maxed out now.
Smithy filed a report that he'd seen some kind of organic mass near you. A nest, he called it. Be on the lookout for anything out of the ordinary.
There's also some like minor things about this game too that like a lot of people may or may not notice, but I noticed right away. Is that this nest step, they buffed it so that way, well, they made it easier, rather. They nerfed it, is what I actually should have said. To make it so that way you can be able to figure out how to do this easier, because now the tentacle things that are around the map that you used to follow to figure out where to, like, go and find the nest to shoot it and damage it, they have yellow spores now instead of completely just neon red. So, it's easier to see now.
This seems pretty straightforward, right? I mean, what could go wrong?
Best not to tempt fate, kid.
I can show you. Yeah, see, instead of red now, they're yellow. And then you can see that they follow a slightly yellow, spinal fluid almost.
Something's over there.
So it makes it much easier to understand and to navigate this. Oh, thank you for 7 viewers, by the way. I greatly appreciate you all. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I just want to say that if you guys are enjoying, I thank you for being in here, and I hope you enjoy seeing some Back 4 Blood. You're welcome to play with me if you'd like, guys.
Fine now.
Let's take this minigun. I'm gonna put it over here. Alright, and then I got that one, and then I got this one.
Rover 2, do you read? Unusually large numbers of written approaching your location.
Got it.
Need to reload.
And I gotta get back to that minigun I got.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
I'm not hurrying him, so I'm just gonna lay into the minigun.
Loader.
Can't rest until all these things.
Hi, Evangelo. How's it going, buddy? You look like you're dead inside. Evangelo, are you okay, dude? You think I have money? I have like 20 cents. The game looks cool though. Nice. I'm glad to hear that you think it's spicy. I think one of the things I might want to upgrade is my stamina. Again, the stamina is definitely very helpful.
Need this.
Anyone got an idea of what type of ungodly shit is going on now?
God, that's creepy when you see that thing just in there by itself. Like, the door is closed, technically, still here, so you can see it. That just fucking disturbing. Like just a floating corpse in a pot.
Reloading.
Through here.
Not today, Rin.
And here we go, safe house.
Will you please knock it off?
Hey, haven't got all day, you know.
Oh, Walker's dead. And we locked Evangelo out. You know, I do wish, by the way, that I could end up seeing my custom skins, though, on the bots. Because I am playing by myself. It's not like I'm playing with other people where it could be possibly confusing. And hell, I don't even know why that would be confusing. Why can't we have people look kind of the same, you know? Why can't my bots look like the same as people do? Like, do they have to be bots as in terms of their looks as much as they are functionality so people know that they're actually a bot guaranteed? Because I don't think anybody would be confused. I think people would think it's a real person if it was acting a certain way. Okay, so no, this is specific then to the hag. You see the fog event? That shows the hag and the distance. So this is going to be guaranteed a hag fight. So I guess she only does show up inside the fog. Alright, that's fair.
Quiet now. My husband's
I'm gonna do something
sleeping.
BRB. I'm gonna watch a vid on the new Battlefield. See, I'll be back in like 15 or 10 minutes. Yeah, no worries, G. I
He
got
told
you.
us it would probably clear up by itself, but
So Joseph, if you want to shit yourself, here's a way you can see the hag boss. Same thing with you, Ben. I just hope it doesn't kill me this time. It did kill me the initial time I ran into it, I'll just say that.
Well, that was all a bit.
You know, you're you know what? You're good. Forget it. You're good.
Belisaro's convoy avoided this route due to the road being out. You should be able to find a way through on foot.
Defibrillator here.
Cool.
Defib.
Hear that? Get back!
What the hell?
Reloading. Blow its fucking head.
We've got to stop her. Through here. Watch out.
It's funny, I really don't crouch much in this game because of the fact that you can just aim down sights.
LMG.
And technically, crouching while aiming down sights, I would only figure would make you more accurate, but...
Now, if only there was a way to move that trailer. Something like, I don't know, say a tow truck?
Hey, Pudis Man, what's up, G? Pudis Man, how you doing, my friend? I hope that you are well. Welcome to Back for Blood, G. This is our very first stream, and I hope that you are enjoying it. This is a open lobby, by the way, my friend, so you are more than welcome to join if you do have the game. I'm just wrapping up my solo run, because I'm technically doing a walkthrough of this game, because, like, I wasn't expecting this game to be so walkthrough heavy. I mean, I knew it technically did have a story, but, like, you ever have those games where, like, it's more, like, multiplayer and, like, shooter-based, and the story is just kind of, like, more in the voice lines? Like, this had cutscenes, and, like, it's like, an actual chronological campaign, so, it's kind of like a mixture of that, but I'm going to be also playing multiplayer today. So that's just why I didn't label it as walkthrough. I'm kind of doing this more casually, and Spider-Man's, like, the more serious one. But after I complete this solo run of Blue Dog, you're more than welcome to play with me, or you can just simply watch and just sit back and relax and enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah, right there. I need to tell you, I need to hear myself say it.
Good, how are you? And it looks awesome. Sadly, I don't have it yet. Alright. No worries, G. No worries. You are all good. I'm really glad you are enjoying.
So scared.
You did the right thing. I want him to avoid trouble. Just as told him.
We've been receiving reports of something strange.
Oh. Through here.
Pudis Man, what do you own an Xbox? Because it's free with Game Pass. I mean, you have to buy it for $60 if you don't have the Game Pass, or if you just play anything else. But if I mention it,
Ammo here.
we should be having the hag any second now.
Jesus.
This is where she
Is there
was
a
last time.
non-creepy trail?
Yeah, this is it.
I keep thinking I'm seeing something out of the corner of my eye, but every time I look, zip. Nothing there.
That's a similar voice line to what Honker said right before it showed up.
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Hey, Jack, run! It is toxic.
Yeah, but Pudis Man, please feel free to say hello to our other viewers, Banana Cake, Joseph, and also Ben. And guys, feel free to say hello to Pudis Man. So here we go. Where are you, hag?
There's an old church up ahead. You should be able to rest up there. Be careful. Ridden may not be
It's really
your
creepy
only
when you
threat.
don't know
Place
where it is. There's
falling
like no
apart.
audio cue
So
at
you'll
all
have to
until it's like
secure
already
it
on top
before
of you.
bunk down.
Because I let you know this is that it fucking attacks you instantly once it sees you. It's not like the witch. It'll be like almost like an instantly aggro witch. If it sees you, it sees you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I don't know if they're avoidable or not.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's the intro. There it is! Oh god, there it is, the hag!
Oh, okay. Let's do this. Oh, it looks dead.
Woo.
Smells dead. Come to think of it, it always
You're a nasty motherfucker when I see you in person. Yeah, but good to know that they die quick. But last time that happened, it immediately ate me, shoved me into its stomach, and then went into the ground and like dug a hole and buried itself, and then I auto died. It's like it was an anteater, and I was the ant, and it like sucked me up and just went down in the hole and just ventured off into nowhere. It was really weird and creepy, kind of.
It's not how I thought today would go. They have no manners.
Let's see what's in here.
Need this.
No, I don't have an Xbox. I'm getting one for my friend. I'm gonna get the game on PC, and then laugh my ass off just dying instantly.
Cover me.
Close by.
Oh, trust me, Joseph. You would die instantly if I didn't tell you how that would work. The hag will get everyone first attempt, guarantee it.
Think we've got company.
At least you don't spoil it for yourself.
Lots of ammo. No, man, no.
Now we're heading up to the church, ladies and gents.
Axe here. Now blow its fucking head. Reloading.
You'll be needing this.
Dude, it is satisfying as hell though when the guns just insta-kill like this with the red hit markers and everything. I really do like that myself.
You know Carly bursts into flames if she crosses on the holy ground, right?
I like how they reference the other characters, and I already know that joke's funny before I even played as Carly.
You stink.
Alright, here we go.
Ammo over here.
Open up the church.
Gotta reload.
Now let's close it up. This one is at least you can understand something right here.
Shield up. Fast.
That's one. Luckily, you only need to
Something's
do
over
3
there.
as solo. Alright. Gotta get this last one around the door. Yeah, as long as this game mode never gets any harder, even though the other game modes might be annoyingly difficult, at least this one's fun. The easy mode's definitely a challenge, but it is still easy enough. It's enjoyable.
No sweat.
Ammo here.
I remember back when the easy mode used to be like advanced or expert mode. Yeah, but I really do hope that multiplayer is good in this game as well, by the way, because the thing is with the multiplayer, right, is that, like, it was just not good. It really wasn't. It really, really was not, and I really hope that they fixed it, or they'll add in other game modes. Like, I hope that eventually they'll add in survival and, like, maybe traditional verses alongside their current verses. Just because if it's just only multiplayer and just only campaign, I'm really gonna be worried. Maybe add mutations too as well, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, my guns are basically almost maxed out. See, and plus also in solo, since all the coppers goes to me, I can upgrade my team literally however I want, and the game just flows so much better this way, because we're not wasting it on useless junk. Thank you, Buddhist man, for shouting out everyone inside the stream. I appreciate you, homie. And if you are enjoying, by the way, Lori Pub, joint effort, and Emily Twitch, I hope that you are well, and I hope that you drop a follow, my G's.
Hear that?
Yeah, get off me. Yeah, because we're on the road back to 200 followers. We're at, I think, 182 right now after that follower curve, so I definitely appreciate if you guys could help me bounce my channel back. Back to Butch should definitely help out towards that. We're ideally going to try to get back to at least 258, that was the max we were at before the purge. Of course we're going to keep growing, and we will eventually. But just baby steps, baby steps. We'll get back there eventually.
Remember, this isn't about individual battles. Focus on the end goal. We need to take out that mine. If I'm right, that's a major...
You see how the tall boy leaves us alone if he can't see us? Normally, like, that tall boy would immediately see me back in the beta or the alpha, and just be like, "Hi, I'm here to ruin your life." And it's like now he only pursues us if it's in last sight see, because you can see me behind the truck or anything. It makes it a lot more fun and easier, because he can't just, like, instantly auto-kill us.
Well, this looks like an idyllic spot to end my days. Need to reload.
So yeah, now you guys have basically seen every single special effect at least once, which is cool.
This way. Ammo here.
Ooh, I just realized that's a snatch.
Reloading.
It burns. Ow, the vine burns.
I'm fine, but I should probably take care of this. How did this happen? One minute everything's fine, and then this is the new normal.
Hey,
Really, man? Evangelo, thank you. Guys, Mom's dying back here, so, I mean, if I want to help.
Reloading.
here. Let me help.
Glad we're done there. Thanks, Mom. Huh. Feel better already just saying that. Good buddies for a week after that. Thanks.
We're gonna go out here and then really quickly.
That doesn't look good. Here. Ammo.
Need this.
Wait, I'm gonna let the game pause and catch up for a second. Just for a second.
Got to be kidding
hoping since the bots can throw like pipe bombs and stuff like that now, that will make this a lot easier during the this run. Run, bitch, run! Yeah, I got a lot more stamina.
Back off.
Cool. Sniper rifle.
There!
LMG
Shotgun.
here. Let's go.
Alright, now we've got the mines, which is definitely the hardest part of this whole entire thing.
Remember vacations? I miss vacations.
Need to reload. Holly, watch the fire. Oh, sorry. My bad.
Hold still, because I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Literally, I got healed instantly. That one card that makes you heal people like much faster. I love that thing so much. Being basically able to auto heal is huge.
This might hurt.
Thank you, soldier.
Hold on, I want to check something. Want to make sure that the quality of the stream hasn't diminished. Just making sure that the refresh rate's good.
Please remind me, an order or do we volunteer? If it's the latter, what were we thinking?
We got a tall boy.
Oh shit, he was right there. That ping. Oh no, he pinged a different tall boy. I was gonna say, if you ping that tall boy through a wall, it goes the walker.
Let's see what we've got here.
Alright, well, we've almost proceeded throughout the whole entire campaign for the first act, guys. We'll have a little bit of it left. It was bad, now it's good, thanks. Yeah, you're good. Just please let me know if it's messed up so I can fix it. I can always lower the quality of the game. Make it run a little bit better.
Why'd I pick this shit up? Ammo!
Here,
Decoys!
Don't
Reloading.
need this. Ammo here.
Marker there.
Everyone's still in one piece?
Don't fire on the snitcher.
Actually, I should probably have just thrown a grenade at him,
This way.
but I don't know if the snitch would have died.
My
safe room.
Damn, that feels good.
Well, that's my workout for the day.
Alright, so now we got the finale of the first act, which is the end of Blue Dog. So it looks like Act 2 is a campaign of 2 chapters, 5 chapters, and 3. Then Act 3 is 5 and 4, and then Act 4 is 1. Okay. So there is a couple of campaigns then with 5. I've never heard of a campaign with just 1, though. I wonder if that last one, that's just the Act 4, which is 1, is that giant zombie, like the vial thing I was talking about. I wonder if that's what it is.
Use the field gun and take out that mine. And make sure you bring my vehicle back. We can't afford to waste any more resources.
Alright, we boosted the team's HP, that's huge. And then I gotta heal myself. Oh, I can kill the zombies that are still down there. Nice.
Let's do this. Keep your distance, pansy!
Chase sword! Shotgun here!
This chapter's really easy if you honestly just know what you're doing.
Need
And
this.
preset
Load
the,
it up
the
and
thing with
blow
bombs.
this joint.
Like the artillery strikes.
Wow! Has this trip been something? And I really would like to be home in front of a nice warm fire right now. They're all dead.
Load the cannon!
So let me just grab 5 of these things and just preset them over here.
Chop more than wood with this.
Alright. I got that preload, now I'm just gonna get some ammo and some other stuff. That's spiked.
Bandages here.
Bandages here.
LMG.
Fire the cannon!
Motherfucker!
I'm going in.
Alright, here we go.
Machete.
Oh, they don't leave the artillery shells just near this anymore, they just reset them? Well, that sucks. Or you used to just be able just to leave them here preemptively. They fixed that from the beta. God damn, that was the best way to just cheese this.
Handgun.
Wait, what? Well, no, there probably was already stuff, like, just from the simple screenshots and fan stuff. The game didn't even have to be out yet. That stuff existed a long time ago, friend, trust me. Like, instead of being Back for Blood, there's probably a video out there called, like, Back for Pussy or something. Oh, wait. Hold up. Yo, Banana Cake, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I greatly appreciate you, homie. Shout out to you. And look at that, we beat the map. I think it's bugged right now, though, where you technically only have to get 4 out of the 5, because I don't think I was finished yet there. But yo, Banana Cake, shout out for the sub. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, homie. Yeah, but really you can get, honestly, through a lot of these acts in, like, 2 hours, but that's only the one single act and not, like, the whole entire game in its entirety. You see what I mean? Because we've been doing this since 2, it's 4 now my time. We did the first act, but we still got the other 4 acts, so that's why I, wasn't able to get it all done for one video last night, and then, look, we got booted back to the main lobby. Yeah, so now, if we go to Phillips, and we go to campaign, or rather go solo, now we end up having, if I can create a run, I'm just trying to give an example. So, can I pick a certain map though? Hold on. Solo. Create a run. Act 2. Here we go, select starting point. So now we've got the Armory, which is the next map, Plan B, and then Job 1022. That's all of Act